Hey, this is Chaos People's Tape, and you join me on the launch pad for another rocket race, because I haven't done one of these in ages, and people seem to respond quite well to them. So, you know. So today I'm I'm gonna start again. Today I'm racing the Falcon Heavy against the Eris 5, and each racing to drag their respective capsules into orbit. So the Falcon Heavies is the Dragon capsule, and the Eris 5 is the Orion capsule. The Eris 5 wasn't the original idea as the launch vehicle for the Orion capsule, and isn't the one you'll get if you download the mod pack, which you can get on the spaceport, but it's what they're using now, and the one you get with it doesn't really work, because it's just basically a gimbling SRB. But anyway, I'm just going to get right to launching it, because I talk too much. So this is, well, it's kind of heavy lifters, not heavy lifting, and I will be launching to a, oh look at that frame rate with my screen recorder. I am working on getting a better one, because this is bullshit, but yeah, they are heavy lifters, not heavy lifting, but these can both go into planetary, which is pretty cool. The Falcon Heavy pack is the new one, not the Kerbex one. The Lastek one, I did a video about the Lastek Falcon 9. You should go check that out. I land the first stage. It's all awesome. Well, I'll probably link it at some point. I might even make an end plate for this video, because I've never made an end plate for my videos, and I probably should. Take a drink. Anyway, so the stats of this engine. This is an all-in-one thing. This gives you everything in one, so it keeps parts down, which is quite good. Each of these solid rocket boosters deliver 4,700 kilonewtons of thrust, and this engine gives you 6,500 kilonewtons of thrust. So that's ridiculous. And this is a madly heavy lifter, and can just take anything anywhere. Although, you know. Anyway, so kind of actual in real life, the Eris 5 is. Oh, actually, I believe it's more of a concept than a thing. I should probably start slightly gravity turning, because this is in fact a race. I should be focusing on the flying. But and those are gimbling SRBs. Look, lot of gimbal. And hopefully this won't destroy itself, because I had to reinforce a lot of things with this, because when I did my gravity turn, the SRB kept ripping off and hitting things, and all I can see, I just got a text, all I can say is, thank God for those protective fairings up here protecting the craft. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, yep, I intended to the gravity turn late so I can get my Apple apps up higher. That's a lie. So usually this is about where the SRB destroys itself. But I reinforced it with struts, and actually the whole thing with struts. Let's detach them. Oh, good. And you can see it has a little bit of solid rockets decoupling it, which is awesome. And this person keeps texting me, and I don't want to stop recording to tell them to go away. So, you know, I'm so sociable. Bollocks. I'm trying to kind of keep track of everything that's happening, and you can see lots of things are happening in this save, because this is my test save, and really not career mode, which I probably will do at least one video about. Oh, for fuck's sake, someone so this person keeps texting me, and oh no! Okay, no, that's what I intended to do. Yeah, just gravity turned a little much. Oh my god, why won't this person leave me alone? They keep they're successively texting me constant bullshit. Anyway, for fuck's sake, leave me alone, text person! Unnamed, because you shouldn't say people's names on the internet. Right, 90k as my... Oh, fuck that. This person won't leave me alone. This is ridiculous. Okay. I swear to God, if I get another message... yep, there you go. There you go. I'm gonna have to reply to this at some point. Oh, and there's another one. Why? Jeez. Yeah. I'm trying to focus on flying a rocket. Why won't they leave me alone? Yeah, basically... Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what? Yeah. They're kind of doing this thing where instead of just texting me one text, they text me the context of one text in multiple texts, which is a little annoying. And this rocket isn't turning. That's something I don't like about this. It's horribly unmaneuverable. Okay. I am just getting kind of burned trying to gain control. Anyway, I'm glad I'm being so informative, talking about the annoying people in my life. You know, I'm just going to ditch this stage because it has come to the end of its usefulness. Oh, I thought I fired the engines then. That'll be bad because I'm pointing downwards. Okay, this is horribly uncontrollable, but everything is fine. There goes the stage, separated by a solid rocket, which is nice. And I'm just moving this into position to burn, to circularize the orbit. Okay. I believe I was saying something before I just started yelling about this person. Oh, or time warp to hold it in place. Because fuck that. Yeah, so this is actually kind of a bit of a kind of... I think it was originally focused on the launch vehicle for the space shuttle. Kind of like it takes it, but takes away the shuttle. Because, I mean, considering what the shuttle lifted, I mean, it lifted like quite a hefty weight into orbit. A hefty mass into orbit. But, including the shuttle, and the shuttle was a huge freaking thing. I mean, if you ever saw one, they're massive, and so if you just get the launch vehicle for that, you can turn it into a hell of a heavy lifter. So we're coming up to 3 minutes 50, and this is indeed a rocket race, so we don't want to spend too much time up here, so I'm burning, and I'm just going for about 90 kilometers orbit. This is going to be much higher because, well, because it's never quite perfect, and I probably should have burned earlier, but I lost a bit of focus because this person won't stop texting me. But anyway, it's coming up and we're just over 4 minutes, but that should be fine. Yeah. Anyway, the reason I'm using the new Falcon Heavy is because it is the Falcon Heavy 1.1. I'm going to stop pointing down a bit to pull in my Apple apps. Well, because obviously that's the more realistic model now, and because it's not so overpowered, which the space Kerbal was. There you go, 4 minutes 17. That is that in orbit in 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Which is odd because I've been recording my sound for much longer, but it's a mix of me talking and frame rates. So if I just ditch them, you can see the Orion craft. Nope, that's a fairing. You can see the Orion craft, which has its own engine and can go on deep space missions, especially if I used all that fuel. Anyway, I'm going to get right back to the Falcon Heavy. So I'll see you on the launch pad with that, and get this person to stop texting me. I will see you in a bit. Right, so I'm back on the launch, which will have been maybe a second for you, and a couple of minutes for me. Anyway, this is the new Falcon Heavy, and you can see all the landing gear and such. And the Dragon capsule on top. Not in a fairing, because they never really put it in a fairing. In real life, because there's no point, because the Dragon capsule is fairly aerodynamic by itself and doesn't need protection because, well, it's a capsule. If it needs protection under launch, it's probably screwed in space. Anyway, that's throttled up, and yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. And this is still pretty fast. I don't know what the power of these engines to give you an idea of the power. On each of these stages, there are 9 engines. There are 3 stages, and each engine has 420 kilonewtons of thrust behind it. So that gives a pretty powerful overall launch vehicle. And these 2 outer tanks cross-feed into the central tank, and to make it a lot more efficient, so that it can launch with all, then ditch the first 2, and then still have a full Falcon Heavy at about 10,000 kilometers. 10,000 kilometers? No, 10 kilometers. I am tired, as you can probably tell by my awful commentary. I think at the end of that Orion bit, I kind of forgot what was happening, which is always good. Maybe I should have recorded this tomorrow, but I'm actually working on Project Duna tomorrow. Or maybe today. I'm not sure when this will go up, actually. Hopefully tonight. Anyway, that's all those overheating. Good sign. Make sure that all of your engines are overheating, or it won't work. Anyway, so yeah, this craft is even more interesting than the Orion craft, which I hardly really talked about. I mean, the Orion is kind of designed to be multi-purpose. I mean, it can kind of service the space station if it needs to. It can go to the moon, which it will be doing for its test flight. I think that's pretty cool. I may have already talked about all this. It might go to Mars, but I'm not sure. And then it could also go on long space missions to look at asteroids and things to that effect. Whereas this, well, I'm not actually sure. Well, no, Falcon Heavy would never actually lift the Dragon capsule, I don't think, because that's what Falcon 9 does. Maybe on a deep space mission, but I'm not entirely sure. But this can, Falcon Heavy in real life can lift, I should be gravity turning slightly, a Falcon Heavy in real life can lift 54 tons? 54 tons of payload to low Earth orbit, which is pretty damn incredible. It's the most powerful launch vehicle in the world, or will be when it actually is implemented into the SpaceX fleet, which it hasn't been yet. They've just brought out the next generation Falcon 9, which I did a video about, but obviously in Kerbal Space Program, not real life, because I don't have $50 million to spend on one of them. But if you want to donate, give me $50 million, that'd be great. If anyone's just got that lying around, I could make a kick-ass video, you know. Anyway, I feel as if I was talking about something. I keep doing that now, is that I will be talking about something, and then we'll either make a joke or receive a text from a certain person, and then we'll completely forget what I'm talking about, and then we'll remember that I was talking about something, we'll inform you that I was talking about something, and then we'll just say, work it out for yourself, because I have no idea. That is how to be a good commentator. I should do a video about it. Okay, I'm going to want to gain a little bit more altitude, I think. No, I won't actually, that's at 18,000 already. I'm actually even going to use RCS to speed up the gravity turn. Oh, no, I turned RCS off. Nice one, nice one. Because there isn't... Well, I think these are gimbling engines. Nope. No, they're not. That's annoying. I thought they were gimbling engines. I think they probably are in real life, but although I think the gyroscopes on the Falcon rockets are pretty advanced because they are designed to land by themselves. As you can see with these landing gear, I think that might have been what I was talking about, is that eventually these, or hopefully eventually these whole launch stages will be completely reusable. They'll go back and land and then, you know, be refueled. So because the fuel is like 0.3% of the cost of a rocket, so it's like flying your Boeing 747, landing, and then burning it and buying a new one. You don't. You buy new fuel. That's what Elon Musk is always saying. It's ridiculous that we don't reuse rockets. And another really interesting kind of reusable... I should be gravity turning more, maybe. Another reusable launch vehicle idea is not rockets, it's the Skylon thing. I say the Skylon thing as if everyone knows exactly what it is, but obviously most of you don't. Actually, not obviously, I have no idea. But the Skylon is an idea to make these engines that act as jet engines up until a certain altitude, and they're high Mach engines, so they can go up to really high speeds. God, look at the damn frame rates. What was I saying? Yeah, the Mach engines. They can go up to like, I don't know, Mach something. Mach something. And I'm not actually sure of the exact value. But then they switch over to rocket fuel, and then do the rest of the thing, complete orbit. Kind of like how you do it on Kerbal Space Program. You just kind of get as fast as you can on jet engines, and then switch over to rocket engines, and you save a whole bunch of fuel. And well, you might not actually use that much less fuel, but you reuse the craft, which is the important bit. And it's very spaceshipy. That's kind of a cool thing. I mean, it's going to be pretty cool. You just hop in a plane, fly to space, you know, that kind of standard stuff. But they're both really interesting ideas. Anyway, what's all this in orbit? You got Orion right there. Assorted other dragon things. Yeah, dragon and Orion going to the moon. I think I'm doing something there. Oh, and the Altair lander. That's another part of this mod pack if you're interested in this pack. Yeah, if you're interested in this pack, you get the stuff for Orion, Eris 5, not this pack, in the American pack, the one with the Eris 5 and Orion in it. You get, oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh yeah, there go the other spacecraft bits, the solar panel covers and stuff. But in the Orion one, you get the Orion spacecraft with this weird launch vehicle. You get Eris 5 and an Altair lander, which is a lunar lander, and it's quite cool. Just check it out on Spaceport. Just type in Orion or Eris 5. Yeah, Eris 5. Right, we have now ditched that stage with a whole bunch of fuel in it, just for the sake of maneuverability. Okay, so when we get to 90 kilometers or thereabouts, we'll start burning, because the rules of my competition are to well, if you haven't watched any of my other rocket races, the rules are you get to an orbit where both your periaps and your apoaps are above 90 kilometers, and for every 1,000 meters you are below the periaps or apoaps, well, periaps, so below that you are on the periaps, you get a second added to your time. I thought that was just a fair system, because sometimes you get really good craft that don't quite make it, and if you just add a bit of time to them, then it gives them kind of a fair thing. I don't know, I might refine that to like something, but it's not a serious enough competition for me to worry about that. Okay, we're at about 90 kilometers, so I'm going to tilt over that way and point very slightly downwards. And this is a 420. Wait, no. What is this engine? Yeah, it's the same Merlin engine, just a vacuum, pumping out 420 kilonewtons of thrust, and it's looking pretty good, because the other one was at 417 when it finished. That was its time, and this is currently at 325. So it's still, everything's to play for. I'm not entirely sure how long this will take to circularize, and maybe I should have kept that other stage, but that really takes away maneuverability. And maybe I should have done this as a heavy lifter thing, where it's more kind of its suited thing, where it actually lifts heavy things rather than small capsules. But I kind of want to show off the Orion capsule, because I really like it. I mean, I think this pack, the Lastek pack, looks quite a lot better than the I completely forgot who make it, but the Eris 5 pack, because that looks a bit kind of, well, with the same kind of animation style as the Kerbal Space Program, which is good. I do like it, but I think this looks more real. It's just higher polygon counts and all that kind of boring stuff. Anyway, so this is coming up to a nice circularization, and we'll definitely get to above 90 kilometers, barring an act of God or running out of fuel, which would probably be an act of God. I don't know why people say act of God, because it's not. Actually, I have no idea. I'm not going to get into that. No, if you want to believe it's an act of God, it's an act of God. If you don't, it's don't. Just don't yell at me in the comments. Okay. Ooh, it's looking pretty good actually. Okay. Right, that's 70, 90, 359. Oh, it blitzed it, which is kind of good, because I like SpaceX and it was a fair thing and it gave an interesting thing, but kind of bad because I picked this pack because it wasn't as overpowered as the Kerbex pack, and it won still. Nothing can beat these craft. I mean, if you've watched the last ones, the Falcon 9 beat the Soyuz, the old Falcon Heavy beat the Ariane 5, and the Falcon 1 beat the Rigel 7, or no, Rigel 1, or Rigel, I don't know what it's called. And this has now beaten Eris, or Ares. Nothing can beat the SpaceX pack. So I will have to find something, or build something myself capable of defeating this this crazy this tyrant. I say tyrant, but you know, it's anyway. That was a good race. And there go the solar panels. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you want to I will actually include the links in the description. I might be talking over an end plate right now. I might develop one of them, because I kind of want to advertise my other videos on my channel, because it's just quite nice, and I am playing other videos right now, other games right now, which not many people are watching. So if you want to see other videos other than Kerbal Space Program, just kind of fun videos about fun games, just go check them out on my channel. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope my commentary hasn't been completely abysmal. I hope I didn't talk about annoying people too much. If you did like the video, however, please like the video. If you want to see anything or just want to tell me stuff, comment please. If you want to see more of this, more of loads of stuff in the future, please subscribe. This has been KSP with Tape. I will see you next time.